So Paul McCartney, one of the Beatles, he made this interesting statement. If slaughterhouses had glass walls, everybody would be a vegetarian. So the topic is why no beef? Because if you eat one, you'll start looking like a cow as time passes. You'll see a lot of beef eaters. The bodies are very flabby. So I have this photo reviewed from Psychology Today. So spiritual reasons for not eating meat, fish, and eggs. Actually, you should not eat fish and eggs also because they're all living entities. Whereas you're allowed to eat an apple or a banana or vegetables because you're actually not killing the plant. And even in the case of where you're killing the plant like a spinach, each spinach, like in our backyard, we have some spinach plants. Each spinach plant will produce like 10,000 seeds. So technically, although you take away one, you still have 9,999 spinach leaves ready to be sprouted like that. So goal of human life is to purify the soul. So dirty foods like beef have no place in the human body. And you cannot meditate well when you eat beef. One species is the food for other. In the Sanskrit scriptures, it says, Jivo jivasya jivanam, means one jiva is the food for the other jiva, except for human species. We are not food for anyone, and we cannot eat other animal species. We are very special. Humans are very special. Of course, this knowledge was there, known to people like the ancient people in the Indian subcontinent. To a certain extent, Jesus also practiced this. He would never eat meat. The only anecdote was like he was dividing some loaves of bread and some fish, but he was doing his mystic yoga there. It's not like he was killing those fish. He was multiplying them through his mystic yoga process. And one of the reasons Jesus was crucified was he went to the temple on the mount, and all the Jewish people were selling chicken and various birds outside the Solomon temple. Right? He said, how can you desecrate a God's place? This is a place where you are worshipping God, and you are selling animals to be killed outside the temple. You are doing banya business. You are converting a temple into a materialistic place. And because of that, all the Jewish traders conspired against him and reported to the Roman Empire and had him crucified. Right? It was not because of his philosophy, because he interfered with their money-making business. So that's why history is very interesting. You should know why Jesus was crucified, not because he was preaching something very heavy. It was because he interfered with their financials. So we are not species for anybody, and we should not eat other animal species. There's also a difference, right? When you pluck an apple, the apple tree faces a little pain, but you're not killing the tree itself. And an apple tree, I know there are some in Washington, 1,000 apples per tree. So how many can you eat? If you like, and I know one of our temple leaders, he has an apple tree in his backyard. There are about 1,000 apples. Once in a while, his grandkids will pluck like 10 apples. And when I went recently and I saw his apple tree, literally hundreds of apples still there. There's nobody has the time to harvest them only, right? So you're not killing the apple tree. Same thing with grapes. The grape wine you don't kill. They last for many, many years. So the key point to know is human beings' food is grains like rice, wheat, barley, quinoa, fruits, all kinds of fruits and vegetables. Believe it or not, America has over 1,000 varieties of fruits and vegetables, more than any country on the planet. We have such a great variety. America is really blessed with so much variety. And the wholesale price of wheat is 19 cents a pound. Nowhere else in the world, wheat is so cheap as in America. Nowhere else in the world. Like you go to Costco, you can buy 50 pounds wheat flour for about $14 or $15. Which country can you get that price? Right? So we have ample amounts. So why eat these other animals? Right? But even when you cook the vegetable food, you cook it and you offer it. Like, if you interact with me sufficiently, you will hear me say the term offering. Everything should be offered as a sacrifice for Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So Yajnarthat yajna karmanot. Everything should be a yajna for the Lord. Even the process of raising your kids is a yajna for the Lord. Even the process of going to office should be an yajna for the Lord. Like one of our colleagues, he works in Microsoft, is a very senior guy, almost a VP. So on his desk, he has his board, I work for the pleasure of Krishna. And just 2 weeks ago, he gave $100,000 donation to the temple. He says, yeah, I work hard so that I can support propagation of God's glories. $100,000 he gave donation. And there's one other person, founder of drugstore.com. He gave $600,000 to our temple. A VP in Dell in Seattle area, he gave $500,000. He said, oh, when we said we are building a new temple, he said, okay, I don't want you to go around begging for money. I'll give you $500,000 straight off. And he's not a very rich guy. I mean, VPs don't make that much, maybe $300K a year in Dell. But he gave, right? So everything should be an offering to God, right? To build a temple or distribute a Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita costs $10. You buy it from the temple and you give it to your friend or relative so that their journey towards spirituality starts. I have also gone to Seattle downtown and distributed many books. This COVID thing came, but prior to that, I was reasonably active. So what are the facts about cows? Cows are smart. They remember everything. They're highly emotional. They form close friendships. Cows can be popular. So they have their own pecking order. They vote one person to be the leader. And as the leader is walking, everybody follows. They have that. I have seen that myself. They love their babies. So when somebody is taking away their babies to kill them or even move them to a different farm, they actually grieve deeply. They cry. And cows have the language other than just saying moo. They are very good communicators with other cows. And above all, they are very affectionate and forgiving. And a cow can live up to 20 years, except if the farmer decides to sell it to a slaughterhouse and kill it. So Mahatma Gandhi described cow as a poem of compassion, right? Cows are certainly deserving of our compassion, as well as our understanding and respect. So in a research paper recently, they said, can ear postures reliably measure positive emotional state of cows? Cows are highly emotional animals, and when they are emoting, you can see the shape of their ears bend. So this is a science in itself, right? So one of the scientists said, studies such as ours seeks to address the lack of knowledge of positive emotions, and successful results enable animal welfare. And also it has positive effect on milk yields. Like we have seen that in our farm in Seattle, we play the Hare Krishna mantra near the cows and milk production increases just by hearing the Hare Krishna mantra. Some scientists have done that in Europe. They play the Beethoven. Beethoven and Mozart are very famous composers of Western classical music. And they found the milk yield is improving. So they are highly emotional animals. So we don't have right to just kill them, right? So one of the scientists was saying cattle are intelligent, emotional, and they have eureka movements. So should we be killing them? He asked the question. And then Florida State University PhD students did research on 200 papers and 22 major journals, and they found out cow psychology, that they have personalities and intelligence. And the research was published in Applied Animal Behavior Science magazine. And then cows and humans share 80% of the genes, right? Domestic cattle contain approximately 20,000 genes, and they share about 80% of the genes with humans. So humans have probably like 28,000 genes, and cattle or cows especially have 22K genes. These are all like very popular research. This is National Institute of Health, US government's research arm. So they are doing the gene sequencing. This is not like some bacha site. And then cows are very emotional animals. In this book, there was a butcher who started falling in love with the cows, and he stopped being a butcher. He became a poet. So he wrote some, good things about what their inertia is, how they are passive, what does cow peace means. And he also thinks that, I wonder where she goes in her trances, that there is some kind of meditation that the cow goes into, right? And then beef eaters are 3 times more likely to have heart disease. There's this TMAO chemical. After 1 month of the on the diet, this research done again by National Institute of Health, they found the blood levels of TMAO were 3 times higher than when the participants were on diets based on white meat or non-meat. So they did an experiment. Okay, you eat meat for 1 month. Then they did an experiment, eat white meat like chicken for 1 month, and then no meat for 1 month. And this is what they found. And then nutritionists like Dr. Pratt say this means eating a variety of foods, including more veggies, fruits, grains, low-fat dairy. It's okay to eat milk actually, because when you drink milk, you are not killing the cow. You're just taking the byproduct of the cow. But when you kill the cow, then you are actually finishing the living entity. And the main thing is our human intestine, small intestine is 6.7 meters long, and large intestine is 1.8 meters long. So in our human body, meat starts putrefying, means it is getting decayed, and it causes foul smell and belches and farts. So human beings fart stinks pretty bad, and they start belching when they start eating meat. So one tiger can eat as much as 40 pounds of meat at one time. Can anybody eat on this planet 40 pounds of meat? They'll die, because the human body is not suited for that toxicity. And if you look at horse, its intestinal length is 22 meters long. So it can never be a carnivore. Whereas a dog and a cat, they are carnivores. They'll eat mice and rats. So if you look at a cat, only 1.72 meter long. So it just goes in, boom, it comes out. So if you look at herbivores versus carnivores, the intestinal dimensions are different. So human digestive tract is pretty long. If you eat meat, you'll guarantee get colon cancer. Whereas carnivore, like a tiger's intestinal tract is very quick, in and out. So there is no reason to get colon cancer. And again, if you want to eat meat, be born as a tiger in your next life or a lion, and then eat as much as you want, 40 pounds in one shot. But human body is not meant for that. So this is a nice picture that I got from one of my friends. If you are in pain, Krishna is the painkiller. So live long, do not eat beef. So that's the message. Live long and do not eat beef.